But when you weigh,
Again, remember, right now, we're strictly talking the municipal side. So
That's
it's
what I'm
not-
saying.
So it's not going to be 5 or 10.
But that's all we can talk about.
That's all you can talk about.
To give the impression that 200,000 only, 5 or 10
No,
dollars
no.
change in some of the tax, that is not correct.
Yes, it is.
yes, it is. It
No, it's not.
doesn't, it's on the
If that
total
would be-
assessed value of the
That
town.
is only on the municipal side.
No. The total assessed value of the town for every $100,000 change, either up or down, in the levy, represents a nickel on the tax rate, whether it be the school side or the municipal
Now, the
side.
municipal side, we're only talking a difference of 200 plus.
Exactly, so that's
It's
$5.
a broad statement.
Exactly.
It's a nickel on the tax rate every time 100,000 changes.
Right.
I have one more question for Mr. Robert. Okay, Mr. Robert,
You should just take a seat up there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no sense in going back and forth.
the figures that everybody is working with is the estimated real estate tangible is the figure of $2,176,100. Have you completed your, is that?
That's, yeah, there's not gonna be much movement off that. There is, that's a good number. Because it's actually slightly higher than that, just by a tick, but there has been a tax board review hearing where there is gonna be an adjustment on someone's assessment, so we'll change slightly, but that's a very good number to work with.
Deb Polish. Two quick things. I can't see the 63,000 reduction in non-recurring. What is that? What are we taking out? Or capital expenditures, what are we taking out? Or is it just a general, we're not taking out anything specific?
Yes, we are taking out specific.
Okay.
We had, for the senior center roof, we had $20,000.
Okay,
It's now been reduced to $6,000.
okay.
We had $4,000 for radio communications in the police department. That was reduced to $0.
Okay.
We had $21,000 in the community center roof repair. That's also down to $6,000.
And you left that as that change?
Yes. We had there was an individual from the audience who is a roofing contractor, I believe, and indicated that he would do it with a couple of other people, and all we had to do was buy the materials. Any other costs that would be involved, he would have a fundraiser to cover the other costs. All we needed to do was buy the materials. So the $6,000 was felt by the budget committee as a number that we could purchase the materials with. Then the remaining changes were revaluation. We requested $100,000. The budget committee recommended $75,000. Initially, we didn't want to go along with that, but then we did. It simply means that next year we have to get the rest of the money. And then we had $15,000 to supplement this year's capital to purchase a brush cutter, and they reduced it to $10,000.
Okay.
And that pretty much is the difference between.
And my other question, because I'm hearing Mr. Lambert talking about you're below the cap. Two different things. You have a cap that your expenditures can only go up 4.5%, both school and town. Then there's the levy cap, which takes into consideration the revenue. So if the budget committee, just so that everyone understands, so if the budget committee got to the levy cap of 4.5%, and you guys increase $251,000 to your expenditures, unless there's revenue to offset that, there's a waiver that'll be necessary. Yes? No?
yes.
Yes.
Not on this case.
Well,
That's what I keep trying to explain.
Yeah,
That we're
but
not dealing with.
the waiver can come after the financial town meeting.
Yes. I just,
So, I'm sure that
We should probably, like, that first thing should probably, maybe we could have better language than a cap. It's an expenditure increase, but the levy cap, the 4.5% levy cap is revenue, well, in our, our case, expenses minus revenue. And that's how you get there. So I just, when you're increasing those expenses and you're not offsetting it with revenue, we're talking about a potential waiver.
We are, but if the car tax,
Right.
okay,
We'll cover it.
and we're not probably going to know that for a few days after our docket gets
It's
out.
done.
Is done. So we may be in the position, as I recall, Ms. Epke had a proposal of what happens after the. I think the basic we could find out is what is the town eligible.
Right.
And then, because what is going to happen between the time where public, so to speak.
Because there is going to be a maximum levy. If there's an allowable waiver, there's a maximum levy, and the FTM needs to know what that maximum levy is. It's not necessarily the cap. If you can waive 1.4 million, it's the maximum, but we need to know what that is. Okay. Thank you.
Jim, that does raise one more question I have. When are we ready to publish this? Know it's going to show up on
The budget committee is publishing shortly.
Well, what number are they going to use for the school budget?
Their number.
They're going to use their number.
Yes, I will be,
There's two columns in on the docket, which requested
Yeah.
and approved.
our disclosure statement will reflect the budget committee's numbers.
I think I have. If I have it, everybody in town must understand it.
And just if I might just verify, I did calculate it, and Laura Epke's nickel is actually correct. It's more like 4.5 cents, so it's a nickel.
Okay, I'm happy. I understand where we're, at least understand where we're going.
Good evening, Rob Folter. I guess I'm speaking here in my capacity as Vice Chair of the Budget Committee. I'm a little bit late, but I wanted to support the previous comment that by the Budget Committee's calculations, unless you have changed the revenue assumptions that the town council is using, if you're using the Budget Committee's assumptions, because the Budget Committee has already level funded the schools, any increase on expenditures greater than $27,588 would imply a property tax increase of greater than 4.5%. So I was late, so I don't know if you're using other revenue numbers or not, but I just wanted to make sure that's very clear, that any you can't just take the municipal expenditures and go up 4.5% because we also have to take a look at the revenue numbers that were offset. So again, I don't know if you're using the Budget Committee's numbers on that.
I am in my calculation.
The Budget Committee's revenue numbers,
Yes.
and then your own expenditure numbers.
Yes.
So obviously then if you supported the town administrator's recommendation, you'd be supporting breaking the cap based on those numbers. Thank you.
There's a motion and a second to support the number of 17,281,979 as the requested number in the 2010-2017.
I wasn't request.
I'm going to allow some, okay, right, the question is the question. That shuts off all debate.
Doesn't that have to be voted on?
No, I can't believe we vote on motion 2/3 of the question. Section 263rd rule. Okay. All those in favor of moving the question? Unanimous. We have a motion and a second to use a requested number for the municipal side of the budget, $70,281,979. All those in favor?